It has often been said, any nation that does not honor its heroes will not long endure. In an age when debunking heroes has become as American as apple pie and hot dogs, an age of flag-burning ingratitude, of pompous disdain for the past, these words should cause us great concern. Maybe we've come too close. Maybe we're there already. Maybe we are a people who mock at real heroes and in their place are now bowing down before the real villains. All men honour heroes. 19th century Scottish historian Thomas Carlyle wrote that hero worship cannot cease till man himself ceases. In the 5th century, Augustine referred to men as homo adorans, man made to adore, to worship, to venerate heroes. Thus, kings and generals are followed by their adoring armies even into the jaws of death. "Once more unto the breach, dear friends," cried Shakespeare's Henry V, as he rallied his men before the battered walls of Harfleur, "or close the wall up with our English dead." In the 1st century BC, Julius Caesar was so adored by his legions that they were prepared to cross the Rubicon and march in defiance against Rome and Pompey. The young Alexander the Great motivated thousands to fight and die so that he might spread Greek culture and language and rule the world. The literature of Western civilization is the fascinating saga of great achievement, an enduring celebration of heroes. Great poetry praises the deeds of heroes, real or imagined, from the 300 Spartans at Thermopylae to the bloody triumphs of Beowulf to the dragon-slaying Red Cross Knight of Edmund Spenser's epic allegory, to the 600 courageous men of Tennyson's Light Brigade, even to the humble heroics of Tolkien's mythical Frodo the Hobbit. It all fires the blood and fascinates the imagination. One thing is overwhelmingly clear. We were made to admire heroes. We pay attention with all our being to great men and women. Beware of false heroes. This ingrained tendency to honor heroes, however, poses particular challenges for young men and women growing up in a culture inundated by glitzy, muscle-bound icons of popular culture and the sports arena. Pop culture particularly plays on our love of heroes. It could not survive without it. The icons of entertainment demand our worship. They live and die for it. Many historians argue that the history of the world is the history of men following heroes. It would be just as accurate to say that the history of the world is the history of young men and women blindly following the wrong heroes, unworthy examples whose vices are tragically compounded in their fawning worshippers. So, who are your heroes? Paul urges the Philippian Christians to join with others in following his example, Philippians chapter 3 verses 17 through 21. That is to say, follow the right men and women. Set up real heroes who follow Christ alone, the only perfect hero, for yourself, and be like them. Speak as they speak, do as they do. The Bible often speaks this way. 28 times we are told to imitate others, often to follow Christ, the captain of our salvation, but fully 17 of those times we are commanded to follow other men, like Paul, insofar as they heroically follow Christ. Paul is in earnest. This is no casual advice, take it or leave it. He reminds us, I have told you often, and now tell you even weeping. Why with tears? Why so earnest? Because many live as enemies of the cross of Christ, verse 18. Because an earthly hero has his mind on earthly things, verse 19. And the young man or woman who chooses to follow worldly heroes, to applaud their entertainments, to listen to their music, to cheer their achievement, to spend his or her money on their products, to paper the walls of his or her bedroom with their posters, that young man or woman should not be surprised if he or she follows those heroes right into the jaws of hell. From this, you and I are duty-bound to draw the line in the sand.